Welcome, everybody, to the very professionally produced Beech Boys Season 1 commentary. My name is J.J. Carroll, and I play the character of Trey, and I also wrote this with...
Matt. My name is Matthew Tory, or Matt if you like, and I created it with JJ. I also play the character of Cedric, and I directed it as well.
And my name is Zach Castle, and I almost forgot what my name is on the show, but that would be Ethan. So, yes.
You don't have to be in character for this, Zach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi, my name is Joshua James. I play the character of Todd, everybody's favorite Beech Boy.
That's not true.
My name's Townsend. I'm the director of photography.
And I'm Kianna, and I do the makeup and a few other things.
Pretty much
everything behind the
Every
scenes.
other role.
The wind beneath my wings.
So here we are. We're watching the Beech Boys. Thanks for joining us.
Watching the Beech Boys. I gotta first off, I gotta say, Becky Brown.
Becky Brown, Dottie.
She plays Dottie, and I gotta say that she was a great find. And what we found her Craigslist?
We found her on Backstage.com, and we didn't know until she showed up to film that she actually went to the same school as all of us, Viola.
Oh, she also, and then after we were done filming, I saw her at my church. We go to the same church, and she did not recognize me.
And that's very funny because I actually used to be the worship pastor at that same church.
Well, were
that
you
she's
in
been at
any
for
scenes
years.
with Dottie in the season 1? I don't think you are. I don't think you're ever with Dottie. In any
Well, but still,
We're
she
about to
didn't
find
didn't
out.
recognize me, and I was her worship
Oh, that's
pastor
true.
for 2 years.
Since Robert left.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had a dog. That really blows, Beth.
We got
Keep an eye out for feet.
Jenny, who plays Beth, another great addition. Townsend, tell us how you filmed this show, because a lot of it is, I get a lot of compliments on how this show looks very good for a show that was made for no money, basically.
Yeah, it was a fun process. I mean, well, especially the first season was very, very low budget. So we were just shooting on a Canon 5D and basically just using like maybe a bounce or reflector for the entire show. And that was about it for lighting. It's almost all natural, like exterior lighting, you know?
It's a little high.
And on this particular day, was this day one of filming? I think this was day one, wasn't it?
Day one.
This was the first thing we shot.
This was the first thing we
yeah.
shot, and this was before we got sunscreen for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And I had for the next 3 weeks the worst sunburn I've ever had in my life, just on my thighs, and it actually blistered and bubbled, and it was disgusting, and my skin was like peeling off for the next.
You can see it in some scenes
month.
later, can't you?
Yeah, yes, you
We'll
sure
be
can.
We'll be on suntan alert. We'll point
Yeah.
it out.
Be on Fi Watch.
Somehow my skin seemed to be okay. I think it's because I'm genetically superior to JJ.
I think so.
But yeah, I didn't get burned super bad.
So what are you gonna do?
Please, dude, they owe you that. Look, I live in the second biggest bedroom in my parents' house.
I want to give a shout out to Giovanni Serra for this scene. He's credited, if you watch the credits, he is the Flamingo Wrangler. And basically his job was that he just stood to the side of the pool while we were filming, and he made sure that the flamingo floaty that JJ was on did not move.
Matt, tell us about this dog. Tell us about
Oh, the dog, Fifi. This was a very
real dog.
expensive purchase for the production. This was about a $12 purchase on Amazon. I mean, of course, we wanted to use a real dog, but, you know.
It looks super dead. It was disturbingly real.
My sister had a dog once, and it looked exactly like that, and so she gave me crap for that. It looks new.
It balances. I mean, obviously, you know that it's not fake if you look at it for more than a second. I mean, not real if you look at it more than a second, but it's also just real enough with the fur that it's not just like a stuffed animal.
I also can still hear the plopping sound that it made. Like, it will be forever drilled in my memory of just a splat.
And the dog does reappear in season 2. It doesn't?
Well,
Or season 3.
Well, hey, season 3 is a surprise at this point.
Oh.
yeah, Josh.
Sorry.
Oh, dude, spoilers.
At this point, we have only filmed season 2, not season 3.
Well, you guys have been talking about wanting to do season 3.
Well, in our dreams,
Also-
Fifi reappears
So
in
how
You
many-
can see my Shrek tattoo
Yeah,
there.
Shrek tattoo.
How many takes did it take for you guys to successfully get the dog up on the
That took about I think that was 12 takes at
And we
least.
had Gio up there on the roof.
Yep.
Yes, Gio went on the roof. This is Gio's house that he let us film at.
And we didn't even that last shot. We didn't even get it right. That was two shots.
Oh yeah, it's
cut
a
together.
combination of 2 shots. Yeah,
because
so when
I
he
kept on
throws
saying
it
I
at
wanted to try
first,
it.
yeah.
Skimmers are not the easiest.
Well,
thing
let's-
to
They are,
throw
and
at.
one went really, really far.
It was a great shot. I put it on par with that Breaking Bad pizza shot.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what it reminds
And
me of.
in the pantheon of things being thrown onto the roof shots in cinema, it's got to be top 10.
Top 10 at least.
Easily.
Man, this smart car was quite the experience to film with.
Yes, it
Was that a rental?
It was. That smart car. Where did we get it, Matt?
I will not name the person, but we got it on what's it called, Turo.
Turo.
So we basically just rented that smart car. Who knows if that person knows that their smart car is
Famous.
Is famous basically. We didn't want a smart car was not Plan A. You might be surprised to know we wanted to use a golf cart, and it was just going to be too cumbersome, too complicated to get one.
and too expensive.
Really?
Yeah, because they would have had to ship it out and stuff. So.
Here we are in episode 2.
Oh yes, welcome to episode 2. We're continuing.
Once again,
Townsend, you look like you
keeps
have
us on
you
schedule.
have a burning question.
Just asked me if we should pause it before we went to the next episode.
No, we're watching it all one through one block.
Just like everyone.
One
take.
take wonder.
Greg Curtis, a lovely addition to the Beech Boys.
Absolutely
Yes.
fantastic.
He's really only in this scene in season 1, but we loved him so much. He's much more prominent in season 2.
Greg is he's a pastor at my church, and I asked him because I had done a video with him for Christmas, like a Christmas comedic sketch, and he was so funny. I was like, Greg, will you be in this show? He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, you have to play a cranky old neighbor. And he's like, oh, I got that down. And now Greg has been in a number of other projects with us.
Yes.
I don't know. Looks like someone new's moving in. Yes, obviously. I mean, what kind of people?
And we're filming this in JJ's neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
in the summer.
You'll see the same houses over and over and over again.
It's very versatile location.
My neighborhood, and then San Dimas for Gio's house.
No, not San Dimas. West Covina.
Oh, sorry.
We just watched
Same
Bill and
area.
Ted's Excellent Adventure. We got San
I
Dimas
got
on
San
the mind.
Dimas on my brain. West Covina, and then La Mirada.
Yeah. That's at
Oh,
Joey's
our
house,
house.
right?
Yeah. And Clark. Our sound guy, who
Yes.
clearly by our sound today.
Clark
It's
is
not
not
here.
here, so
Couldn't
if
be
the sound is not good, it's not his fault today. But he did do sound on the Beech Boys, and it sounds pretty good in most scenes. There's one scene later that I don't think has that great of audio.
That was
He
Clark
me,
was
that's-
not there.
That's okay. It was me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
No,
shots
but it wasn't
fired.
your fault. Clark,
It was
so.
it was the faulty.
Okay.
The
here,
absence of Clark.
here's the scene.
Here we go. This scene is inspired by the moment that JJ first saw Britt Robertson.
It's my
Who's
favorite
Brett
actress.
Robertson?
My
She was
favorite
in
actress.
Tomorrowland.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sadie Robertson from Duck Dynasty.
Duck Dynasty, Sadie Robertson.
And Courtney, she's not here today because she's currently in Europe helping film the next Mission Impossible movie. She's got more important things to do than this.
So you can tell whose career really blew up after season 1 of the Beach Boys.
I think it was this
Tom
that
Cruise saw
really
the
set
Beach
her
Boys
off.
and
Though.
just-
Yeah, well, without the Beach Boys, she may not have had Mission Impossible. So this
yeah.
was a real stepping stone for her.
No one can prove otherwise.
Okay, this scene with the box, I gotta tell you, this is the scene that you may watch this and have no idea how complicated this scene was to make. She drops this box, and we probably filmed this, no joke, probably 15 times because the clothes would not fall out of the box.
Right, or they would fall out.
Or they'd fall out in the wrong way or whatever. And so eventually we had to cut off the flaps of the box. You can see it kind of goes back and forth between shots where the flaps are on the box and the flaps are cut off. But eventually we got it. But this was like an hour of our day to get this shot of the box falling.
And so we were behind on schedule.
Yeah, that's typical.
Like most days.
And this was also a scene that my parents were very angry at me about. They're like, why aren't you grabbing that box for the girl? Why are you doing that?
Are they aware that you're playing a character?
You know, I tried to tell them that a lot of times. My parents did not like this first season of the Beech Boys. My mom was like, you're so mean.
I don't think the point is to like what Trey does.
Right.
Or who he is.
That's very true.
Or the actor portraying him.
Okay, now that's just a little far.
Here you go. I think
I
they're going to
didn't
see
mean
a
it.
shot where the flaps are
Flaps
there.
are
Now the
gone?
flaps are gone.
Flaps
Flaps
are
are gone.
Flap's gone.
See ya.
That's gonna lose us a couple points on Rotten Tomatoes continuity.
You know, I really enjoyed this, but, you know, I have to complain about the flaps that were removed.
And here we are. This is a house in La Mirada.
Infamous scene.
We here at the Beech Boys, we like to create very, very sad parties.
This is the first of many sad parties that you will see on the Beech Boys.
That is
over
true.
multiple
There are
seasons.
many.
I remember
Without
I was kinda,
spoilers, you could
yeah.
say, without spoilers, season 2, we have Todd's birthday party as well.
Which you guys don't even know who Todd is yet, technically.
No.
Well, that's true. Well, I'm hoping. Well,
Why would you
when,
want
if you're
to
watching this
first?
commentary, you're not. You have seen the show before.
If you haven't seen the show before, you can watch it on Amazon Prime or YouTube or wherever. It's much better when people aren't talking over it.
It's debatable.
This enhances the experience, though. That after you've seen the Beech Boys, now you can turn
Now
on
you
the
know when the
commentary.
flaps are missing on the box.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Why is JJ wearing like a hat from 2005?
Well, because that actually is a little bit of an Easter egg, Josh. That is a good pickup. That hat is a hat from We Make Movies.
That's a movie that I made a few years ago, and we needed a hat for him to wear. That was the only hat that I had, so it's an Easter egg.
And then we were like, hey, let's do this. This
Comes the guac shot.
the
Oh,
guac shot.
everyone.
Oh,
Guac shot.
I was trying really hard not to break and laugh during that because that was we had one take.
Yeah, with a low budget film like this, with props and stuff that have to be destroyed in a scene or whatever, you only have one take usually. So
They call him JJ Guac
it makes
Shot
things,
Carroll.
It makes things more exciting because we have one thing of guacamole, we have one wall that basically we have to clean up again if we don't get it right. So
Kianna was stuck cleaning it up.
Did you did you do it in one take?
did it one take, of
Yeah,
course.
it's
We
great.
only
Yeah,
had one
great.
guac.
Take. And here we are,
Episode 3.
episode 3.
Episode 3. We
I
didn't
love how fast
mention.
these episodes go.
This is a pretty
Yeah,
quick
they're
moving
pretty
show.
We
There's first.
Hey,
a
there
little
he is.
Easter egg, little teaser.
There he is.
We didn't mention Jimmy Woo as Dave in the last episode.
Oh.
Either. You'll see him more, but
We love Jimmy. We love
he's
James.
not an actor or nothing. He's just a good friend of ours, and we were
He's
like, Jimmy, you're going to be in this show. And he was like, okay.
He's an actor now.
That's true.
But he's an idiot. And Dottie's the old woman who lives up there. You met
Yeah, pretty much this is where you just find out that Trey just hates everybody.
Yes.
And that was, at one point, I at least asked the question, are we making him too unlikable?
It's funny because I've heard, like, when I've seen, like, the few people that have reviewed it, like, reviewers or whatever, a couple people have said, like, I hate this guy with all my guts. I don't like anything about him. And then another couple people have said, like, oh, he does some crazy or mean things, but he's a likable guy. And I'm like, well, I don't know where the truth is, but
Yeah.
I think we see more. We kind of flesh out more of his character towards the end of this, and then in the next season we really take off more with
Yeah.
the character development.
hopefully by the end of this season, he's still kind of a bad guy, but you're like, he's a little bit better
exactly
of a person than he was at the
You
beginning.
might have a little soft spot for him. Maybe. My parents didn't.
Hey,
They never have.
Never will.
and now, of course, we have the introduction of Todd, a pivotal character.
Iconic. Some may
The
say.
iconic Todd. I do have to say, honestly, Josh. I didn't really know Josh before we filmed this. I knew him. I knew of him kind of. He's good friends with JJ, and kind of I knew him through that. And then so we had him in this show, and I didn't really know what to expect. He killed it, and he's not like he's a major part of this season. But you know, going forward, when we decided to make another season, he's basically an equal main character with JJ and Zach because he was so good.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, Josh.
I own this shirt that I'm wearing right now. It's not a
Oh, of
costume
course. This
set.
is we got no budget to buy you clothes.
So pretty much for the character of Todd, we just looked at Josh and just said, what would Josh say?
Yeah, where would you own?
I do have to say one of my favorite Easter eggs is something that it's so hard for me to catch everything when we're filming, when I'm directing and stuff, and I don't notice things until I get back into the editing room.
Yeah.
Is how Josh is wearing his wedding ring in every scene, and it's never explained.
I remember the very first day I got on set, we started shooting, and then like an hour later I was like, oh crap. Well, there's no going back. I
Well,
guess
we can't go back from it, yeah. And so we made a backstory, I think, of something like Todd wants to be married someday, and he said that he should dress for the job that he wants.
I've always wanted to be a husband.
Also, JJ's glasses are much more reflective than I thought when we were filming, and you can basically see the camera a lot if you look in his glasses.
Really?
Yes.
Like,
This scene had everyone like literally dying. We had to do so many takes over because Josh was making people laugh so much because he was just too passionate about every line.
He went full Todd.
I think you were sick this day.
Yeah, there was a moment.
You had a
there was
cold
like
or something.
Well, there was like a 6-month time in my life where I just had a cough pre-COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was so weird. I had like this dry cough, and so I had cough drops on my mouth all the time.
And then I think there's one of these days where I caught something too, and like you can clearly tell because I sound like I'm just so stuffed up.
Yeah, JJ just decided there's enough talking about Josh. It's time to talk about JJ.
Oh, by the way, I also was sick.
So it's about your problem.
I was sick too.
I was. Here we are on Chapter 4, Skimmin Safari.
Good to fuck.
And so Matt, all the episode titles are kind of spent
Yes,
off
if you
this
don't
Beech
notice
Boys
that,
song.
all of the episodes are puns on Beach Boys songs.
So this was one where I had a cold.
Is it really, or are you just saying that?
I hurt my finger really bad before this one.
And honestly, one of the reasons I was hesitant about doing more episodes, I was like, can we think of more episode titles that would make sense? I was like, but we did.
So yeah, I mean, because this originally was supposed to just be one season.
It was one thing.
done.
I was
Move
like,
on.
let's let it be its own thing, and we'll do something else. But you know, life has a funny way of changing things.
Life finds a way.
does.
I mean, just the cinema magic that happened.
Just the chance to work with these 5 people next to me again, I had to jump on it.
more business means more pools, which means more work.
Well, Cedric just put in a pool. I told him we'd get right on it.
We, Cedric, you realize
Should
that,
we talk about
Cedric and I
all the home improvement references?
Okay, what do you want to talk about it?
I mean, you're the one who wrote it.
Yeah, I want to
And
talk
then-
about why home improvement.
Yeah, I would agree.
Matt, that was all you.
I don't remember exactly what caused it.
Well, weren't you guys watching like a bunch
Well,
of...
okay. Well, just in
reruns?
general, I'm a fan of the Home Improvement.
Oh,
I think
it's
it's
a
a
great
funny
show.
show. I think it's one of the better of the 90s sitcoms, even though it's cheesy just like the rest of them. But me and all my friends that I used to live on my dorm with, we would have Home Improvement marathons in college, like at nights. And that included Jimmy Woo. And I forget. I think came naturally in writing this episode. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if Todd popped up behind the fence with a bucket hat like Wilson from Home Improvement and said that? And then I think it just went from there. It wasn't a thing like we planned ahead of time.
It was kind of like in a way of like Todd would be a big fan of something and
Yes.
like obscure references.
Yeah, that Trey and Ethan do not know, but he keeps trying to force these references in.
And here is Cedric.
Cedric. Also, I will say it was really uncomfortable to sit in the back of a smart car like that. It wasn't made for sitting back there.
My seat
It's
was pretty good.
it's an economy size smart car. There's not enough room for 3.
Yeah, I love how you say that in the previous episode, and then here he is. JJ, tell us how this was made.
So we got a pool. This is a little blow-up pool from Amazon or Target for like $9, and we were trying so hard to like make the water look dirty, and we just throw a bunch of dirt, a bunch of leaves in, and it didn't really work. And then I looked in my kitchen and I saw that I had a thing of Folgers that I hadn't touched in 2 years.
The best part of waking up.
Folgers in your pool.
Oh,
So I
free.
just poured a bunch of the Folgers in, mixed it up, and the water just went like, it just was pitch black. And we're like, this is perfect. So that is water, a few leaves, and some Folgers.
One of my favorite things is just to watch Josh's faces in the background.
Just staring.
Josh, you were really in character the whole time.
Yeah.
That was very good.
As soon as I get to set, I'm a character.
I mean, I thought he was the character.
It's Todd and I are intertwined.
I think
I think you're like raking out leaves in the background, Josh.
I'm cleaning the pool. I'm getting leaves out of the pool.
How many toothpicks did you go through in this first season?
Oh, probably
Cedric?
50.
I'm impressed by how you're able to talk with it just like flopping there.
Well, it fell out many times, and that's what caused us to redo scenes.
I remember you always had like your pocket just.
I got, yeah, in my pocket there's always a little box of toothpicks.
And also those orange glasses are probably my favorite.
They're iconic.
My favorite Cedric wardrobe piece.
Cedric?
Cedric? Nah.
Something to keep an eye on is this pool. I think it's in this scene and then later on in scenes, the pool always gets smaller and smaller throughout. Is that in this?
That's season 2.
That's season
Yes.
So that's a
Just
little spoiler
tease,
alert.
little tease for you.
Little teaser.
Ooh, they all run
Something to
together.
look forward to.
It's all a blur. In
Also, if you another fun fact, the backyard and the front yard are 2 different houses.
oh, of course, movie magic.
The backyard
Oh,
was my
you were talking about
backyard,
this
and the
chair.
front yard was my neighbor's.
How was this chair?
I
for you,
was-
Oh,
JJ?
this chair was. I was actually like super excited for this because I like being able to destroy things in scenes. This was a lot harder to destroy than I thought it was.
It was really funny to watch because like that was what you just saw was probably like 5 to 7 minutes of JJ
Oh, yeah.
throwing this thing around. It took forever.
This was a hard
Yeah,
scene
yeah,
to
yeah.
edit because I had to basically cut things together where he was in the same movements.
And I just kept going until Matt said cut.
I told you what you told you, Cedric.
Was that this one?
Yeah.
That was. I think that
That
just
was
happened.
that was not
just
scripted.
happened
That
in
was
the
a great
moment.
improv
Yeah,
moment.
that one happened.
Improv.
Yeah. If people wonder, I mean, it's scripted, but there's a lot of lines and stuff that are improv on the day.
And here we
Here
go.
we go with the previously on episode.
So previously on is an homage to.
It's an homage to Arrested Development, but also we just thought it would be funny to have a previously on segment in an episode, and it kind of shows you maybe 1 or 2 things that has happened, and then just goes into scenes you have never seen before. And you're kind of confused at first, hopefully, of like, wait, I didn't see this yet. Like, what? This was not previously on. Yeah, exactly. That's the hope, is that you're confused.
And then you go to the episode.
And then basically the whole episode is this previously on, and the actual episode is like 10 seconds.
Something I love with this show is we get to do so many different like styles or like creative things in each episode. Like we were able to just completely either do like homages to things or do flashback episodes or different like styles for each one. Yeah, documentary episode coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even like with these pans in this episode, that's not a computer effect. That's actually Townsend whipping the camera in and out.
I remember we had to plan, especially since we didn't shoot everything chronologically, we'd have to keep track very well of like which camera movements were the right, so that when we edited it all together, it would be cohesive.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing about how we shoot. We do not shoot chronologically at all.
Not at all.
And it can be very
No, if you shot this
confusing.
chronologically, it would have taken us 3 times longer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, even like very, so much of it was because of the super low budget. So much of it was scheduling was the biggest nightmare and headache for us because, well,
No,
we all have
everyone's got
jobs.
lives.
What about this Axe body
Oh, the
spray?
Axe body spray. Yeah, so that was my roommate's room, and I was so nervous at the time because, like, I told him I was gonna be in there, but I didn't tell him I was gonna spray like a whole bottle of Axe body spray in there, and I was like, oh gosh, my roommate's gonna hate me.
It was pungent.
It was very pungent. He was fine with it in the end.
It went away quick, didn't it?
After a couple days, it went away. It wasn't too bad though. It because we aired it out as best we could.
It's like a 1-second scene.
Oh, and fun fact: the roommate whose room that was in,
He's the
person
narrator,
doing
yes.
he's the narrator. So that's
yeah.
that's my roommate, Cooper. Guys, this is when I had my cold.
Oh, okay, good to know. Do you have a suntan here on your thighs?
Probably.
Any other discomforts or things you'd like
Ailments.
to mention?
No other ailments for me.
See, this scene in particular, I remember specifically, you can definitely see the camera when he turns towards the camera. Like, you can see Zach very clearly.
We always had to tell you to like look slightly off so that the reflection would look right and not see the camera, but that doesn't always work very well.
This is one of my favorite parts of the whole
The
first
training.
season.
And remember, I don't really know Josh at this point.
It looks like you're getting
Those
to know him,
plaids were
you know.
really thick fabric, weren't they?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
so
Oh,
hot.
so hot.
And they made me wear frickin' boots.
Did we make you wear boots?
Yes, you said.
I told you brown shoes. I said wear brown shoes.
I heard brown boots.
Well,
And we shot this whole show in the middle, like dead summer.
Oh, yeah.
It
Yeah.
had to
And
be.
so it was
Very
like
hottest time.
90 to 100.
Yes, this whole first season was filmed in 5 days, and 2 of
Yeah.
those days were half days, basically, so pretty much 4 days.
and there was a high of 102 and a low. I think the lowest was
101?
probably like 85.
What was 103?
I just love Jimmy Woo. And the reason we cast him in this, the reason we said he had to be in this is because I just love his face when like he has a blank face. And we knew we wanted this character to just be a character that never spoke and just like gives a blank expression. I was like, oh, it's got to be
He's
Jimmy.
so good at it.
Deadpan, You can just say anything and he'll keep it straight.
I feel like he breaks the least of anyone on the show.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I'm really excited to watch this episode.
So here we are. Episode 5 is now starting. Yeah.
Oh, Fifi the dog returns.
Yep.
She's dead at this point.
She's dead.
Yeah, and also at this point
You've
too,
seen the show before, right?
Yeah.
this was
For people who haven't.
the stuffed animal was very crusty. It
Oh,
did
yeah.
not feel great. Do you
But
still
that was
have
a
that?
while
Is that
after.
still-
I do. Yep.
On that first.
It is in this house where we're recording right now.
We gotta make a shrine.
We all know what's going
Holding
to
the
happen,
dead
so we're
dog
silent.
and holding the dead dog by the tail.
I think this was a surprising moment to people because I watched this with a couple friends of mine before we even released it, and when they saw Beth see him throwing the dog in, like they physically shrieked out loud.
It is
No real
cringy.
dogs were harmed in the making of this show. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Some humans were, though. No dogs, though.
And that's the end of episode 5.
That's the end.
That's
of it.
5.
All 33.
3 more. And if you notice, kind of the design of the season, the first half of the season, the first 4 episodes is kind of introducing different characters, and the last 4 are kind of just stupid ideas for episodes. So in episode 1, of course, you meet Trey and Ethan. Episode 2, you add Callie. and Dave. Episode 3, you add Todd. Episode 4, you add Cedric. Basically, every episode, you're just meeting new people that Trey hates or that hate Trey.
To allow any of these neighbors to employ you anymore.
Beth,
And when Dave finds out, you guys are gone.
I promise I'm not as mean as Trey. I promise. Zach.
I don't know about that, dog.
Zach.
Well, your voice cracked, so you know you're lying.
Also, I gotta say Zach is great in this show.
Oh.
I will say
Because I'm supposed to say that.
Okay.
And I am going to say it not because I'm supposed to say it, but because I believe it.
No,
Well,
for real.
the thing is, Zach, you're not like a trained actor or any. This was like.
Is anyone here a trained actor?
Not really. I mean, but pursuing.
but we're saying
pursuing
Zach is
it.
more of like a lay person.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick, guys?
No, what I'm trying to say is Zach, like out of all of us, isn't like wasn't like actively pursuing.
Yeah.
And,
I was not a film
any
major.
sort of
I
this,
didn't
like-
do any improv or anything like you guys did, like the improv at Biola, which you guys were super good at. I was in one film that Matt made for like a student film.
Yeah.
And had
And that's
fun on
why
it.
I was like Zach can do this. I think he should be in this.
Well, I
And,
will,
I just play a dumb person pretty well. I guess, so.
I will say when I showed this all to my wife before it was all out, but Matt had sent me the episodes, she said Zach was her favorite character, which was hurtful to me. But,
But it
I mean,
makes
it's a
sense,
compliment
though.
to,
It really
yeah,
makes sense.
it's a compliment
Yeah.
to you.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. I think most people who I watched this with thought that Josh was the best character.
My mom says Todd is her favorite character.
And
Todd is
she's
very
still,
funny.
your mom still gets so excited whenever I see her now. We'll be like, you're FaceTiming, you're at home, and I'm wherever I am, and she's like, Josh, hey, my son!
And she also didn't like Trey.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no mom likes Trey.
Yeah.
I feel like the people that like Trey are like middle schoolers. Who are like,
Yeah.
oh, this
They're
guy's
like,
funny.
this guy's so freaking cool.
And everybody else is like, that's my least favorite character.
Yeah.
This is the Dave party.
The Daves.
Yes, the
this
Daves.
this was a wild idea we had. We were like, will this work? Who knows? A Mamma Mia type episode, but
There's our friend Elliot.
You asked if we knew anyone that looked like a child. And we were
Yeah.
like, we knew just the
yes, we said we need someone to be like a teenager,
He's 37.
and Kianna and Townsend came to the
He's
rescue.
older than I am.
Yeah, I think he
And
was
both of us.
23
He's older than
Really?
us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely passes for a teenager.
Passable
There
teenagers.
you got some great action from Zach.
I was gonna say,
My
like,
hips,
Zach,
my hips, dude. My hips don't lie. I'm not
remember
gonna-
everyone.
And
no
this
acting.
song, this music, this dance was just made up beforehand, obviously.
Yeah.
There's
And
not a lot of preparation.
My favorite part about it's looking at
feathers.
Zach just in the background
With a,
because you go all in
yeah, you do.
every take.
That's what. No,
I got
that's why I
very
love
sweaty.
Zach because he's committed.
I got very, very sweaty.
Even if it's crazy.
Again, there's another thing we have one chance at. That's why they didn't both go off at the same time.
And that was not. Yeah, that was not. That
It was not a
was
perfect
planned.
It
Yeah.
worked.
And I'm trying not to laugh because I'm like, oh crap. This
I
other one didn't
was
go
so
off.
nervous that it wasn't going to go off that I had gripped it so tightly that it wasn't tearing the little string. Like I had an iron grip on it, and I finally like released my grip, and then it just popped.
Also, that confetti took,
Oh, a long time
long
to clean
time,
up.
yeah.
A long time.
and there was, I think, still some confetti in the pool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in
Or said it was
cool.
like a week later.
Your dad is
I
dead!
had that song stuck in my head for
Mamma Mia.
weeks after that.
Like, why years, man?
I still have.
I was gonna ask, did you guys
wish
know
we
at the
could
time
keep
that would just keep going in our minds?
I mean, it's pretty catchy. Another great Home Improvement reference.
Jimmy,
I think
Yeah,
I do have to
first
say,
line.
I think at our premiere when we premiered this at a theater, I think that was the biggest laugh.
Honestly, yeah.
Is when he did that and Dave, Jimmy Woo, laughed at that.
he's the only one that also appreciates it.
And I do gotta say, as a writer or director or whatever you want to say, this was a learning experience for me because I thought these home improvement references were going to be too weird. I thought these are going to be niche, no one's going to like these, but let's just try it. And the fact that kind of scene got one of the biggest laughs, I was like, oh, people like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and for the Euros, literally all we had was pita bread.
Which I ate
so
a lot of pita bread.
There's no lamb or
It's very dry.
cucumbers or
And there's a song again.
My mom asked me the other day, she was like, is JJ a good singer? Because all she had heard of you was this.
You do bad singer really well. I will say
you.
JJ's one of the best singers that I've heard
Yeah,
that I know
would
at
agree.
least. No, you're a great singer.
Oh, thank you.
So it's
Shout
impressive
out
how
to-
bad you were.
To Joel Santos, who put the composition together of that song.
And
Did
here
it say
is
Flash Flaherty.
Flash
Flash
Fluharty did the music.
Oh, wow.
Great music.
Cool name.
All the Beach Boys music is by Flash Fluharty.
So this one is pretty universally everyone's favorite episode.
Yeah, I love this episode.
From at least in my conversations with people.
And what's funny is this was not originally one of the episodes.
What was
do you mean
here
by that?
instead?
This was not, basically we wrote this as a six episode show. And
Oh, that's right.
and I forget, I'm not going to try to remember the specifics, but basically, like a week before we started filming, we had this idea of like, wouldn't it be funny if we kind of got into how Cedric and them split, and it was like a Civil War documentary.
I love this accent right here.
Also, thank you for letting me smoke a cigar.
And thank you to Gio
Terribly.
for the wrangling. What was that? Was that a Swisher Sweet?
You know, I'm
was
not. It was something I picked literally that
No,
morning.
this is good, clean fun. That was not a real cigar.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Herbal cigar.
You know, I wish I could say I didn't inhale, but I did because I coughed really hard. That was a legit cough.
That was real.
And Zach, I think Zach got very tired of my directing him while we were filming, because I basically gave him the same note all the time. Because Zach is good, but my only note to him ever would be, hey, he needs to be 10% more dumb.
Yeah.
Bring it down. You need to be more dumb.
Yeah, you know, my natural wit is hard to damper. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a smart guy.
2018. My dearest Cedric, it has come to my attention that
Trey.
we now find ourselves at E-Rex.
Yeah, you just improv
all of the different
The Trey
media
Douglas.
that we use throughout
Whose number
this
did you
episode.
change to the Cedric poop emoji?
And it's me.
Oh, it is.
I just
Oh.
did it on my own phone and screenshotted it.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't have a middle name for Trey until
Yeah,
this
just when
moment.
we recorded it, you just did Trey Douglas Howard the
the
third.
third.
And I was like, yes, let's keep that one.
That's one
I love that.
Some great movie magic there.
Man.
Oh, she's so dumb. Oh, we had a line that Matt would
We
let
don't
us
need
keep in
to
there.
go into that.
I liked it.
couple of those.
Couple improvs that didn't make the final cut.
JJ went into a lot of different ways of how Cedric was a bad person.
It just came back to my mind what that line was.
Man, you guys are just teasing the audience right now.
He said I was a child molester.
I didn't say child molester.
No, it was
I just said raper.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I remember child molester.
that was one of them.
Was it really?
And I was like, that's not going in.
Here to comment? No comment, okay?
We're not saying that those things are funny.
Yeah, I'm not laughing.
We're laughing at the
laughing at
What
the
we're
situation.
saying is, if you knew Matt Tory, he's one of the sweetest guys that we know, and to call him one of the worst things was really funny.
I mean, it's Cedric, you know. We don't know what Cedric did.
I love shooting this episode too because we have so many different styles. We have like iPhone footage. We have
Snapchat.
yeah, we have like I love this stuff. It's like kind of run and gun like documentary style things where we interview people, and then we have like the professional interview looking thing. So we got to do like lots of different techniques, which I always find enjoyable. And then just like the edit of everything turned out so well, Matt. I loved all the
Actual.
yeah. And the
Who's that?
That's my parents. My mom makes a cameo in everything I ever make.
Also, Robert Carlson.
No.
Not in everything you make, but some.
Robert Carlson is our Steve Buscemi. As to Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Or Rob Schneider.
We also passed over Ed Morgan.
Yeah,
Played
Ed Morgan,
Morgan's
who plays
dad.
Ethan's dad. Great guy.
Great.
He was one of my dad's childhood friends, and he's an actor now, and I reached out to him. And he's great.
We as the Beech Boys, we rose victorious, ready to fight another
Were
day.
those real tears?
I was trying hard.
I mean,
I got one tear.
Ooh, JJ can act when he
that's
wants
real
to.
talent.
And that flag was from my my house.
You live in America?
Mm-hmm. No, I found that flag one time. They were going to throw it away.
There's Robert again.
Back where Robert
We
got
our
Townsend.
entire HOA meeting is just the back of Robert's head
Townsend,
and Josh, who
and
plays
Ed.
Todd.
No, that's Ed.
Wait, who did you say?
That's Townsend.
Yeah, no.
No, that's
Townsend
me.
is filming this. That's Josh.
No,
You
That is
freaking
Josh.
idiot.
I swore that
That is-
Townsend was
that is
sitting down.
Josh.
I don't have a part in my hair.
You're incorrect.
Hey, I know it like the back of my head. That is my head.
Well, I'm an idiot.
And he's wearing a
And we've got the.
I swore that you
if
sat
you look
in
at
on
this
one of them.
HOA meeting agenda board, there's some Easter eggs on there as well.
Because you were bearded this time.
You're right.
I don't think I just
But
remember.
Josh, I thought your beard was okay. You know, I'm not going to go on with this because I'm wrong.
I just remember, no matter how hot it was, Townsend always wore pants. He was never on.
He's a pants guy. He
That's
really
true.
is,
I don't know
yeah.
if I have ever seen Townsend in shorts.
I think he broke in filming the next season.
That's true.
Yeah. I feel like you should be wearing shorts once.
Yeah, some
but-
shorts.
Well, season 2, there was also some hot days.
They were
Because
so hot.
I don't know why we always choose to just record or film on the hottest days of the year.
Oh, we
It
live in
just
sunny
happens.
Orange County. We could film whenever we
Well,
wanted.
it's summer and it's LA.
True.
Here we are.
Final episode.
Final ep.
Already?
It's gone by quick.
Wow.
Yes, all right. I did take a leave of absence from the...
Who else do we need to give a shout out to that we haven't yet?
The photo behind.
I was gonna say, wasn't that another part of your house?
Yeah,
This is JJ's house.
I got that photo for $2 at a garage sale at my old neighbor's house. Okay, hold on here. We'll just go back and see. Okay, I was wrong. Never mind. Townsend's gone, or what I thought was Townsend was gone.
It was not me.
I feel like it was
He's wearing the
because-
same flannel shirt.
Okay, yeah, I know.
All right, Matt. We
And he has
should
a
give
part-
a
But I
shout out
remember
to
you put on a
different
flannel.
look for him in this scene.
Yeah. Who do we got to give a shout out to?
We should give a shout out. I know this is an interior shot right now, but we should give a shout out to all of the lawnmowers in JJ's neighborhood.
And
Yes.
airplanes.
Yeah.
Oh, the plane.
This is near
We usually shot on
Orange.
weekends, right?
Yeah.
And so it was always like
There are
lawn maintenance day in the neighborhood.
Yes, that's another reason it took. I mean, we filmed it in 4 days, which is quick, but we probably could have done it in half the time if it wasn't for all the airplanes and lawnmowers around. That we have to basically just say, okay, wait, and then wait for 10 minutes until they stop, go, and then go for a minute and wait for them to come again.
I feel like we have so much BTS footage. We need to put together like a montage of JJ
Just
singing
playing.
songs during
Yeah.
airplane flyovers.
Yeah, we just make up plain songs.
Yeah, playing songs, holding on it.
Please go away, please.
You guys
You had your chance, Trey, all right?
That was a
But you chose
great
yourself
tune.
over yourself.
You had your chance, Trey.
Was that just get said?
Yep.
That was the moment.
So you had your chance, Trey. That line.
Oh,
That
it took-
was-
it
How
took
many
2
takes
hours.
was that,
Yeah,
JJ?
that was not
This was the
sunset-
first scene that I filmed in character.
The sunset because it took so long to get that
Yeah.
right. So the rest of the scene was like a little bit too dark than it was supposed to
But yeah, I don't think any of us knew that Matt was gonna go with that voice.
It was so
be.
funny.
Matt didn't know.
Well, and now that line gets quoted every single day we shoot. So,
Yeah, I hadn't told him what my voice was going to be before we filmed, and then we just started filming, and I did it, and JJ could not stop laughing.
It was the
good.
funniest
It
thing.
was
to me.
great.
I think on the blooper reel, like half of the blooper reel is just that.
Yeah. Also, Zach,
Yeah.
you in this scene, I was like, dang.
Powerhouse.
Oh, well, wow. That's, I just summoned a lot of real anger that I have with you in real life. There's a lot of behind this stuff, just, you know, wars that we had between each other.
So many wars.
You know, and so it was easy just to take that out on you. But no, JJ is the sweetest person.
It's easy to fall into character.
Zach, can I ask, was the undershirt a conscious choice, or was that...
Literally first day, you know. I said, do you think I should wear an undershirt? And JJ said, I'm not going to wear an undershirt. Trey doesn't seem like an undershirt guy. And I said, Ethan definitely seems like an undershirt guy.
And I think that's 100% correct.
It's a great character decision.
We were both so into character, we just knew.
We were channeling Trey and Ethan.
As I was telling Zach how stupid he looked because I was in character.
Yeah.
And this again is in front of JJ's house.
Like a lot. And we weren't filmed, the cameras weren't on. I don't think that was necessary, but...
It's my process. It's
cool.
I remember really rushing this scene.
Oh yeah, because of that scene with you had your chance, Trey.
Yeah,
we had like 30 minutes before the sunset.
And then the audio went out.
Yes, this is the scene that does not have great audio.
Because the audio stopped working.
Clark was not here this day.
Like one of the most heartfelt scenes of
yes.
the whole.
I mean, it works.
Robert.
I thought you were on your own.
Look at this run.
I was saying Robert was there working it, and then he was like, something happened, it's corrupted, I don't know what's happening.
I mean, you can hear what they're saying, but it's not the greatest. But we'll blame Kianna.
JJ definitely had to do that run a few times. It was always fun watching it. It was a long distance run.
Yes, it was.
This part gives me chills.
Wow. Just squad goals, am I right,
A lot of
guys?
slow motion sunglasses.
Yeah, I love it. I mean,
the flip.
That's my favorite.
So good.
I like how the slow-mo kind of became a staple of the Beech Boys.
Yeah. Well, we all looked so good in slow motion. You kind of have to.
And you know, we would not have necessarily done this decision of Beech Boys and Girl if we knew that we were going to do another season and Courtney was not going to be available. But
I think we found a good workaround, which you will see in season 2.
Shout out to Jimmy Woo for his sacrifice.
I also got to say about Becky. Becky had probably some of the best improv.
Yep.
She always came prepared with like 10 different variations of the line.
Yep, she did.
And it's just amazing. And she trimmed up my hedge pretty well.
In the meantime, you got your hedges trimmed. Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
And that's it. That's
Can we clap?
Sure.
Yeah. I think we can clap.
Thank you to everyone who was involved with this. There's a lot. I mean, this is a low budget thing, but still, you know, a lot of people involved in this that helped us make this. So,
Who did the editing?
me.
Sat in front of a beer and.
So Matt would like to thank Matt would like to thank himself for doing all of the editing.
I didn't say that.
That's good.
I gotta say, I think none of us knew really how this was gonna come out. I mean, it was just kind of one thing that we're just like, let's all do this, let's all do something,
And now season 2 comes out. Insert date right here, Matt.
Okay, that's another thing for me to edit. All right, well,
thank you guys
for joining us.
For listening to us talk about the Beech Boys for 46 minutes.
We'll see you for season 2.
Bye, audience. We love you.